Did you know that up to 80% of workers' compensation costs are caused by only 5% of workers' compensation claims? Hello, my name is Michael Stack, and I'm the CEO of Amaxx. And those exact figures, the 80% of claim costs driven by 5% of claims, the exact numbers of 80 and 5 don't really matter. I've heard a lot of different estimates. It could be 10% driving 90% of costs or 15% driving 85. Doesn't really matter, so don't get caught up too much in those numbers. The point is that a small percentage of claims drive a very, very large percentage of workers' compensation costs. And the other real wrinkle in that, and the point of today's video, is to recognize that up to 50% of those costs, that huge bucket that we're talking about, are preventable. It's those cases that end up with a really small shoulder injury. Should be pretty standard, run-of-the-mill type issue. Person gets fixed up, get them back to work, couple of weeks, they're back in business. But it's those claims where it's those regular run-of-the-mill type injuries end up putting that person out of work for the rest of their life, causing a very major negative impact on that person's personal life and, of course, driving significant workers' compensation dollars. So how do we prevent that? How do we get in front of that? How do we identify those claims early on in that process so that we can prevent that very negative impact on that person's life and, of course, dramatically reduce the workers' compensation costs? Now, there's several ways in order for us to do this. There's some informal techniques as far as just measuring that person's resiliency at work. How resilient have they been when they're dealing with a regular run-of-the-mill problem in their daily work life? Are they really great at handling that problem or are really poorly at handling that problem? How they deal with that is a great indication of how they're going to deal with the challenge of an injury. So those are informal screening techniques, and those work very well, and we just need to pay attention and tune into that a little bit better. And then there's formal screening techniques. And then what I want to talk with you about today is a really great formal screening technique called the Orebro Musculoskeletal Pain Questionnaire. So the Orebro Musculoskeletal Pain Questionnaire. Now, this was invented by a psychologist in Sweden. And the nice thing that you need to know about this is that it's actually free to use. It's free to use. It's in the public domain. You can Google the Orebro Pain Questionnaire and you can find the test, you can find how to rate it, and you can implement this yourself at your claims organization if you're an employer working with your adjuster or case managers on how to implement this. So that's what you need to know first. Highly effective. When they've done studies on this, and this has been proven and validated over years and years, and they've actually sharpened it up and shortened up the form now. Now there's only 12 questions. There used to be, I believe, 23 or 27 when they first started it. Now it's down, and it's called the Short Form 12, or the SF12. 12 questions. You administer this, and it could be administered by a nurse case manager, it could be administered by the adjuster, or it could be a third-party outside vendor that's just administering and specializes in this type of thing. But it's administered 2 to 4 weeks into the claim. So there's, the person hasn't gotten back to work yet. It's not really going or getting off the ground or going the way that it's supposed to. Or they've been back to work, but they're on modified duty and they're not progressing as well as you would like to see them. Or there's just some other red flag indicators that you think, let's get a little more info on this one because we want to get in front of this and we want to prevent that major creeping catastrophic impact on the personal life and cost. So Orebro Pain Screening Questionnaire, administered by the case manager, adjuster, or third-party vendor 2 to 4 weeks into the claim, gives us those early indicators that there may be some additional intervention that is needed on John Smith's particular claim to help John get over whatever hurdle it is that's preventing him from recovery. Look it up, use it, it's free to use, it's highly effective. Again, my name is Michael Stack, I'm the CEO of Amaxx, and remember, your work today in workers' compensation can have a dramatic effect on your company's bottom line, as we've demonstrated today in this pain screening questionnaire. But it will have a dramatic impact on someone's life. So be great.